Well, here in Brisbane, the anticipation is building ahead of the Origin decided tonight. Can New South Wales make it 2 in a row, or will Queensland reclaim the shield that it held for 8 consecutive years? To talk more about tonight's match, I'm joined by former Australian representative and Queensland back rower Billy Moore. Billy, should Queenslanders be nervous tonight?
Alister, the calm before the storm. I think we should be respectfully nervous. I think tonight presents a great opportunity. The last 10 years under Mel Meninga's reign, Queenslanders have got used to winning. We've won 8 in a row, and last year hopefully will be an aberration. But this will be the biggest game of his tenure, and the result tonight will reverberate for a number of years. Queensland, we have the firepower, we have the players. We just need to make sure everyone plays at 100% their capacity. We're up against a good New South Wales team that's well coached. So this is what Origin players love. They love it when their backs to the wall. Everything is on the table tonight, and you'll find that the champions will rise, and we've got plenty of them in this team.
What concerns you most about the New South Wales side and the quality that's in there?
Well, I thought the back end of game 2, it was disturbingly apparent how much power they had in the forward pack, led by Aaron Woods, James Tamu. He's in career best form, and off the bench, David Clemmer was exceptional. So we've got to match that firepower, and we've got the forwards to do that. Everyone gets a little bit carried away saying our blokes are too old, but they're not too old, and the reason they're in their team is not through blind loyalty. Mel's picked these guys because they are still the best players in the NRL in their respective positions. But they have to play well tonight. They have to play outstanding tonight. I'm looking for massive games from Matty Scott, Nate Miles, especially Sammy Thaiday. I think he's already come out and said he hasn't been at his best this series, and look for him to have an outstanding game. And off the bench, big Joshy Papali. That'll be a pivotal moment, 20 minutes into the game when Clemmer comes on. We'll throw Papali in the mix and watch that confrontation.
If, as expected tonight, Robbie Farah doesn't take his place in the lineup and in comes Michael Ennis, how much does New South Wales lose, do you think? He's been in very good form for the Sharks.
Yeah, he has. I don't think they'll lose much. He's a pest, and Queensland reserve a special place to add a little bit of spice into welcoming him onto the park. But he's a very good player, so I don't think they'll lose much. But there is a little bit of combination that has been formed with Robbie Farah and obviously the halves and Josh Dugan at fullback. So you have some effect, but I can't see how he can play. If Robbie Farah plays, I think that'll be a benefit for Queensland, because I can't see how you can have an operation 7 days ago and play a game. And because they've got 4 forwards on the bench, there's not much variety, so they'd have to put Josh Jackson to hooker at some stage if they go with Robbie Farah. So I think they'll go with Innes, but either way, that won't be the decisive factor tonight.
How much does the inclusion of Cooper Cronk returning from knee injury affect Queensland now that he's back in the side, Daly Cherry Evans not in the number 7?
It's massive. That selection can influence the outcome of this game. I think there's no better general in the NRL than Cooper Cronk. He's been wonderful. His combination with Thurston is second to none, and he's a sort of player that has the ability, with a contrasting style with Thurston, he'll play a lot straighter, he'll organise the forwards a lot more, and he'll give the ball to Thurston when he's ready to give it, rather than have Jonathan just dictating terms all the time. That then, I think, opens the field up, opens the game up a lot more, and makes the Queensland back line a lot more dangerous and decisive. So Cronk there is a great advantage for us, and just have to reflect back on the last couple of games when he's been out as opposed to games when he's in, we win.
You mentioned age is not an issue. There are 8 players over 30 in the Queensland side. Matt Scott turning 30 next month. If Queensland doesn't win tonight, the loyalty program's been long-standing. We're going to see a deviation away from that in future series?
The stick and pick, that's a great question. No, we won't, because that's our Queenslanders' role. And as I said, the reason these players are in the team is not because of some blind loyalty that Mel shows them. It's because these guys turn up week in, week out at the NRL and are the best players. Everyone talks about succession planning. Well, succession planning works like this. The up-and-comers have to take the jersey. They're not given the jersey. And for people to say, well, throw this guy in, put this guy in, well, those guys have to come and take the jersey off these incumbents. And I can give you the tip, the Nate Miles of the world, the Corey Parkers of the world, they don't want to give the jersey up. So as long as they're playing great for NRL, and when the time comes to wear the Maroon jersey, when they deliver, no one's looking any further than them, but they know they're only as good as their last performance.
How do you think the captain's feeling? It's been a week when he's been in the spotlight, had his character questioned as a result of a feature on Alex McKinnon on commercial television. How would his mindset be going into this game? Any effect at all, do you think?
Well, I think we'll see how powerful his mind is. The Australian captain, Queensland captain, the Storm captain, irreproachable, in my opinion. He's been a great ambassador for the game. Very unfortunate story and didn't have to be shown that way. Everybody deserves a right reply, and he'll have his after the game. But I think what we'll see first and foremost is Cameron Smith do his talking on the field. That's where he's best at it. He's the best number 9 in history, in my humble opinion, and we'll see why tonight, and we'll see why he's a great leader. He'll answer the call, and he'll lead this team around the park. And then I'm interested to hear, he's a very articulate young man, interested to hear what he has to say, but for him, doing the talking on the field is most important.
Billy, sounds to me like you're leaning towards Queensland. A tip, and by how much?
Well, you're not going to get an objective view. The rundown is this, to all our great viewers out there: Queensland by 6, man of the match Sam Thaiday. First try scorer Dane Gagai, and to all of us out there, Queenslander! Do your best shouting.
And for those of you at home in New South Wales who just broke the television, of course it's on the radio tonight. Local radio in New South Wales, ACT and Queensland. Elsewhere on the ABC radio app and the Grandstand website.